All right, guys, I want to do this video real quick. So we're in the boatyard. This is an actual boatyard. This is Indiantown, Florida. You can see this is a beautiful little boat right here, but then there's some boats that aren't so beautiful over here. You can see up in front here, they're moving. There's a big crane over there. They're lifting that boat and they're moving it out of dry storage. You can see right there, it's moving across the yard right there on that big crane, and they're moving it and putting it back in the water. This is what they call the working part of the boatyard. So this is where you come, you can work on your boat, and you kind of own the boatyard. You get water, you get power, you get everything that you need, but that comes at a cost. And the cost here at this particular boatyard, which is pretty standard, I paid a little bit more on Southern Estate, or sorry, Loop Princess, but I think my day rate was $65 a day. Here it's $50 a day. But every single day this boat sits right here, somebody pays $50 and you're able to work on it. So every day you don't work on it, it costs you $50. So just remember that. And it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it adds up very, very quickly. Over here, if you park the boat on this side over here, it's about $400 a month to park the boat over here. But remember, every time that crane, you just saw the crane come pull that boat out of here, that's, $200, $300, $400 every time it picks you up and moves you and sets you back down is about $300, $400 every single time that happens. So to move this boat from this storage over to the other storage, $400. So that month costs you $800, which would be cheaper than sitting here in the working yard, because that's $1,500 a month. I know I'm going fast and I'm talking fast here, but I just want you guys, when you guys are doing this, when you guys, anybody out here going to want to live this dream, trying to work on one of these boats, you can do it, and you can do it in one of these yards. These yards are all over the place. There's not all over the place, but there's one every 1,000 mile, or every probably 400 miles. There's a couple in over there in Alabama. There's one right here. There's one in Pensacola. And I use these yards, but these are you work on the boat. Now you can hire a personal contractor too, but that contractor has to be licensed through the boatyard and stuff like that. So all the rules change. Now, if you go to a boatyard that doesn't let you work on your boat, sometimes you can negotiate the no pay. So you got to remember, at 90 days, if your boat is in the boatyard, right now, I think Frederick is paying the boat bill on this one right here, and that boat bill as of today right now is about $5,000. He only sold the boat for $29,000, and he's got to go in there and he's got to clear up a $6,000, it's a little over $5,000 bill just for storage fees on that boat right there, and whatever else he used in the yard, because they charge you for everything in the yard once you start that. Now, I do like this yard right here. I think it's one of the more reasonable yards. And so, it's somewhere that you can look, but don't forget, you got to, the expense, the boat has to be in good enough running order to get it to a boatyard like this. We're right in the middle of the Okeechobee. The Okeechobee waterway, and we're on the east side of Lake Okeechobee, just on the east side of Lake Okeechobee. So if you buy a boat over there in Mobile, you've got to get it over here. That's a good run. It's going to take, that boat has to run for 6 or 7 days just to get it over here. If you bring it from somewhere else and bring it over here, just remember that the boat has to be in running order to get to the boatyard so that you guys can start your physical work on the boat. Anyway, I hope I explained it correctly. That's all I'm trying to do here, is put out the point that, you can take these boats, you can bring them to these working boatyards, and you can work on them yourselves. In this particular one, you can live on it. You got trash, you got bathrooms, you got showers, you got everything right here to work on your boat. And it's called a self boatyard, and anybody can use them. This marina is probably limited on the size. I haven't seen anything over 50, 60. I want to walk you around now. Over on the starboard side over here, that's all boats. That's just storage. On the port side, these are all boats that are being worked on, like this big DeFever right here. You see a beautiful bottom job on it. All of these guys, whether they hire a contractor or they're doing it themselves, this is called the working part of the boatyard. Wanted to point that out for you. And then over here, we got storage. So you guys can see this guy's got his camper here. He's got his boat parked right there. And it's all in prep of working on his boat. I want to walk you around the yard here for a second. They have an RV park in here. Some of these people will have RVs. They can park their RV and work on their boat. But you can kind of just see, I'm going to take you over to the boat ramp right now and show you that. You got your trash, you got places to pour oils and stuff like that, or old paints and stuff like that. It's all included in that $1,500. You get power, water, air, everything at your work location. I can tell you right, like some of these boats are never going to leave this boatyard. Look at, I mean, that's just a shame, but this is what happens, you know, to a lot of people's dreams, and they continue to pay, but this is what they got to deal with. So now we're coming around the corner here and we're going into the staging area. This is where the boats get staged to go back in the water. So whether you could come over here, do your last minute things to the boat, and the travel lift brings you over here, sets you here for a day or so. And then you can see right there, the travel lift is setting that big boat that we just saw going over there. They're setting him back in the water. He's going right back into the water. You can see on the travel lift right there. So you guys can see, like, that boat's going in the water. They got the owner videoing it. And that's the travel lift right there that they have to move around. So you can imagine that costs money for people to operate it. Put it in the water. Man, it's a tight fit. Yeah, you're limited on your beam here for sure. That's about it. It's tight a fit as you can get. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you the, you know, I would call this the staging yard. Anyway, I just talked to the, you know, the boatyard guy over there. 55 feet is how long the boats can be. And then a 16 foot on the beam, but he said really about 15.6, 15.9 is about the max they put out there, and about 30 tons. Just kind of wanted to show that to you guys real quick, and then let you know, like, and then there's another Indian town over here that hauls out the big boy stuff. I think I got it. See people just working on their boats. It's a big yard. There's a lot going on at this yard. And I'm doing this video, especially for you do it yourself for first time. I'm doing this so that you guys can actually see what's going on at one of these yards, and you know, so that you know what you're getting yourself into. This really is exciting, you know, a 101. What happens after I purchase the boat and I want to go do some work on the boat myself? That's what this video is all about. So more different place in the yard. Each one, like, you can't do bottom paint over here, but you can do this, and they keep it cleaner. And stuff like that, especially for guys that are trying to do a nice precision paint job. You probably rent this room right here. They'll shut this off for you for weather. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this. But you kind of see, like, every one of these boats, just about, there's somebody working on them. So this is my new home too, for you guys that don't know. Kind of got this so that I can run around to these boats and these different jobs, and I got a place to sleep, a place to hang my clothes. Especially, you guys know, anybody that really watches the channel know that Southern Estate is for sale. So this kind of gives me a place to sleep at night and to run around to these different jobs. Well, I hope you guys found, especially you 101 guys that are just in the market for doing these boats, I hope you found this video informative. If you did, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe, share it with your friends. And if you got any questions, yeah, please just feel free to reach out, leave a comment. Comments usually aren't the best way. Just grab my email. You can go in there and send me an email, or you can call me at, you know, area code 702-885-7579. That's my phone number. This is what's cool about Indian Town, because they give us the water right here. So we put the water on here, we hook the hose up, and then you can see right here, started that engine, and each time that cycles through, we should see the water coming out there. Exhaust looks really good, and the water, you can see the water hooked right here. So this is why Indian Town, you pay per day for the actual working on the boat. Dave, talk to me, Goose. So I got to end this video from yesterday. We were at a different boatyard. We were over there in Indian Town,
I drove through the night. I got to a gas station, Chief, about midnight.
Nice.
Anyway, and then I spent the night there, and then this morning we're back here in the Marathon Boatyard with the 65-foot Hatteras. Anyway, I hope you guys are going to enjoy the videos, watching Claudia take over. He's from Bolivia, taking over, this 40-foot Choi Lee. It's a long-range cruiser. He's got big ambition plans, and we'll see how far it goes and what it gets. And we're scheduled next month to jump on that thing on the 17th. Anyway, peace out. Make sure you guys are hitting that like, subscribe, and I hope you guys are watching all of these stories because they're all different and they all come from all different walks of life. So it doesn't matter whether you have a tight budget. Claudia's 35 years old, and we're just so happy to have some young blood out in the scheme of things. Anyway, peace out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And we look forward to seeing some videos with Claudia actually working on the boat and stuff like that.